So, yeah, you read that right. I decided to go ahead and put down the Adderall yesterday. And yeah, I mean, 24 hours is a big whoop. But it's the first time that I've actually had some like actual proper motivator. And I didn't expect it to come from the source. I'm gonna actually leave the source of it in the comments because like it was actually researching. This wasn't like the penultimate, but it's one of them. That right there. That's one of the big motivators. Seeing that long rambling message, that long rambling post, that's familiar to me. Something, I mean, I've been there. I've never spent $90,000 of taxpayer money on brand name stimulants in 4 years. But I can't say that I'm surprised given what we heard about his snorting of Adderall on set of The Apprentice, and it's just one of the reasons that I think that I don't know that I could have done like any better in his position. Like John Mulaney said it best when he said, "There's a horse in the hospital." I'll go ahead and I haven't actually even read it quite yet, so I am kind of curious as to what all this entails. I am building, on top of everything else that I am doing, one of the greatest and most beautiful ballrooms anywhere in the world, with more than $300 million of great American patriot money. I'm not ad-libbing any of this. And working closely with, right from the beginning, the United States military and Secret Service. This is a gift. 0 taxpayer funding. Wait. $300 million of great American... Yeah, no, this definitely does go along with amphetamine psychosis. To the United States of America, of $300 to $400 million, depending on the scope and quality of interior finishes, for a desperately needed space sought for over 150 years by previous presidents and administrations, so that the White House would no longer be forced to use a cheap and unsafe tent for big and important state events, dinners, meetings, conferences, and already scheduled future inaugurations for safety, security, and capacity purposes. on a very wet and subject to weather White House lawn, making such a large gift to the USA was thought to be, by almost everyone, a wonderful thing to do. But no, as usual, I got sued. This time by the radical left national trust for our country. All of the structural steel, windows, doors, AC, heating element, marble, stone, precast concrete, bulletproof glass, and glass. Windows and glass. No, I said. Okay. Anti-drone roofing, and much more has been ordered or is ready to be. And there is no practical or reasonable way to go back. It is too late! Why didn't these obstructionists and troublemakers bring their baseless lawsuit much earlier? Congress never tried or wanted to stop this ballroom project. Everyone knew what was taking place at the White House. A great, big, beautiful gift to the United States of America. For those that are interested, the tiny East Wing was so bastardized and changed, built and rebuilt over the years that it bore no resemblance or relationship to the original building. The so-called preservationists, who get their money from the most unusual of places, should not be allowed to stop this desperately needed addition to our great White House, a place that a president has never needed permission to change or enhance because of the special grounds on which it sits, no matter how big and important that enhancement may be. Additionally, in this instance, it is being done with the design, consent, and approval of the highest levels of the United States military and Secret Service. The mere bringing of this ridiculous lawsuit has already, unfortunately, exposed the heretofore top-secret fact: stoppage of construction at this late date, when so much has already been ordered and done, would be devastating to the White House, our country, and all concerned. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump, January 25th, 2026 at 10:31 a.m. No, thank you, Donald. You gave me the motivation that I've been needing, because this is exactly why. This is not what I want to turn into. This is why I needed to put down the Adderall. Speaking, I know that the doctors are worried, but I hope that they're putting a hold on his request of stimulants. I'm hoping that they'll at least stay firm in that. No, we cannot be giving you more stimulants. You're already going through a clear case of psychosis here. But on top of that, to be this. Then again, I did see a post or I don't know, an article saying that he had posted something like 100 times within 5 hours. When he gets panicky, that's his go-to for stress, and I get it. That's what I went to for color when I was on color code. I've never been as strung out as I was on color code, but like I've been good about taking as prescribed. But at the same time, I know that this is a bad cycle to be when you're at the point where you're more or less dependent on it to function. That's where it becomes a problem. That's where it can lead to this. Not only during the amphetamine psychosis, but also just later on as your mind ages. And this is just one of the consequences of the aging process that we're witnessing here. With everything that we've got going on as a nation, I think that too often we've gone without any sort of good news, and I can't really say that this is good news, but I can say that it's led to me making a realization that was long overdue. That it shouldn't be, oh, it's 6 a.m. I better take this with my Prozac because it's time for my morning meds. Like, instead of asking, do I really need this right now? And I'm glad that I had that moment of reflection. And it's one of those things that I've been looking back at Agenda 47 just thinking like, how did we get here? Because like I guarantee you a lot of Agenda 47 was written while he was going through amphetamine psychosis. Like there's no way to make that agenda sound tenable. Like you're going to make you're going to first of all free college. American Academy is going to be paid for by taking money from the rich schools like Yale and Harvard. So how do you like socialism now? But so that's one thing. Two, you're going to make it to where it's just an indoctrination center for the government. So already, how do you like socialism now? Whereas, like, you didn't like it when Bernie Sanders said, "Hey, why don't we tax stock exchange by 0.5%, and then we can make college tuition free." No, we don't like that. That's socialism. What we want is to take money from the richest campuses in the world and then put that money into a poor version of college for the poors. No, like this isn't. They didn't vote for him because of what he is. They voted for him because of what he represented. They voted for him because he's one of us, quote unquote. But just like us, he's got his problems. And some of them are much larger than we'd like to acknowledge. But I'm glad that I'm acknowledging mine. Have a good night, guys.